Ooh, what is going on, guys? Up here, Overwatch is a game that I picked up after many years of Call of Duty, and it feels very fresh compared to running around shooting people, because now I get to run around shooting people with names. Also, this game requires that you actually work as a team. That team is made up of characters, and these are my top 5 characters in Overwatch. Number 5. Soldier 76. Simplistic, familiar. In layman's terms, he's a guy with a gun. Overwatch does its best to introduce you to its strange gameplay by training you with a soldier who uses an assault rifle. If you're like me and you played a lot of Call of Duty, you're used to sprinting. Soldier can do that endlessly. What about regenerating health? Biotic field. And don't forget your noob tube, because Helix rockets! Were you tired of being shot by those aimbot hackers near the end of the game's lifespan? Soldier has that built into the f***ing game. Let me ask you something. Why wouldn't you play this character? He gives you the basis for what the game should feel like, and any character you use after this character should feel like an extension of him. Without him, you would have no other characters. He represents everything a first-person shooter is supposed to be. Simplistic, familiar. He doesn't need to be complicated, he just needs to shoot the damn gun. If you are a person who's frequently played first-person shooters, this guy should make you feel right at home. Number 4. Winston. Harambe got hops. Winston is an excellent character used for engaging the enemy. Right now in the Overwatch League, Winston is a staple in the professional dive meta. Here's how it works. Winston dives in, splash damage occurs. Another tank is right behind him, shielding him from damage. The DPS comes in after putting in damage to whatever target Winston is engaging, taking 1, maybe 2 targets down in the process. Finally, Winston puts down his shield and bounces out, while the rest of the team cleans up. He's essentially a mad monkey with a target on his chest.
I'm not a monkey. I'm a scientist.
He can attack many enemies at once, and just when you thought you've killed him, he goes insane, turning red, tearing through his enemies, throwing their bodies off cliffs, saving the day. And that's what I like about Winston the most. He gets in there, deals some damage, and gets the hell out of there. The ultimate teammate. He's the guy who says, "I've got this," and charges in head on while everyone follows suit. Thanks, Monkey Man.
I'm not.
Number 3. Have you noticed that tanks are rather important? A tank is your shield and your heavy damage dealer when faced with a target who is up close, and that's exactly how D.Va is used. D.Va, also part of the dive meta, can get into enemy lines with her defense matrix and delete all types of projectiles coming her way. If her mech is defeated, it is not the end of her life. It is her opportunity to call back yet another mech and effectively heal herself to get back into enemy territory to do it all again. I like that she has a ton of references to gamer culture, seeing that she's a gamer herself. It's almost like she's breaking the fourth wall. Her ultimate is one of the scariest things to have to run from. If used correctly, you can't get away from it unless you run inside, and a lot of the time there's not enough time to do that. When you're caught in it, very simply, you die. Number 2. Imagine for a moment Eddie Gordo. Put a gun in his hand. Now instead of bullets, it shoots music. That's basically Lucio in a nutshell. Like Eddie Gordo in Tekken 7, Lucio is a proud Brazilian who specializes in the art of movement. Lucio achieves this through moving to the beat. Wall riding has to be one of the most satisfying things to do in the game. I mean, just the other day I got the floor is lava achievement within a matter of seconds without booping anybody off a cliff. And speaking of booping people off of cliffs, Lucio boops people off of cliffs. Another satisfying thing to do. People get out of position, boop, dude in your face, boop, girlfriend comes over, boop. With this character, you can get people onto the point first on control maps. When you need to get past the choke, Everybody lines up for Lucio Taxi. You speed boost everybody in and your take dives in dealing damage and preventing damage while everyone wrecks house, just as Lucio is switching to heals. On top of all that, he's the most positive character in the entire game. Thank you, Lucio, for taking care of the team, and in general being so awesome. Give yourself to the rhythm.
Look at this team. We're gonna do great.
Honorable mention. Junkrat. Number 1. Reinhardt.
Catchphrase!
Reinhardt represents everything that is a protector. When Reinhardt is in play, all the rest of the characters on the team line up behind him. If you're playing Reinhardt, everyone follows your lead, meaning that you tell your team when you're ready to push and when you're ready to pull back and regroup. If there's a fight on the point and Reinhardt dies, Mercy almost always resurrects him. He's that important. There's a thing that happens in this game where the healers and the tanks can essentially tell people what to do, and people, for the most part, listen because they are responsible for keeping you alive. With the way that Reinhardt towers over people, the way he smacks the enemy in the face with his hammer, and the way that he charges a guy off a cliff as a self-sacrifice, this is the tank, and you have to be ready if you're gonna mess with him. If you think about it, Reinhardt's shield is part of his health bar. He has 2,000 health and then 500 more when his shield is broken. Don't be near Reinhardt when he brings down the hammer, because when you go down, the enemy team is ready to put you out, leaving you open for charge, a fire strike, or even another teammate's ultimate. Hammer down.
Don't worry, my friends. I am your shield.
So what is your top 5? Leave a comment below. Subscribe by pressing the red button below this video right now. And remember that you cannot kill an idea. See you guys next time.